built this. How much of your success, Jasper, do you think came from hard work, and how much do you think you would attribute to luck, just for fun?
Uh, yeah, no, that's a great question. I mean, I feel like it's it's probably like all luck. I feel very lucky.
I
Just to
thought you were going to say
be,
the opposite.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel like it's probably mostly luck. Like I remember in 2020, just a quick story, but I remember in 2020, Durham County shut down. They actually got hacked by like a Russian hacker or something. It was kind of a news story. You can look it up, but they got shut down for like a good month. It was a long time. And at that point, I had a few deals in escrow to close with Durham. At that point, that was all I was doing. It's just where I lived, and like I said, I was doing everything in person. And so when that happened, I didn't know what to do. And as funny as that might sound, I literally didn't know what to do at that moment. I didn't even think, oh, I can just go to like Fayetteville, North Carolina, or Alamance County or something, and just close deals there. I didn't even think about that. And so literally when that happened, I just took a few months off. And I ended up driving cross country with my girlfriend, my dog, and had a lot of fun doing that. And I had some good time off. But it was funny when we were in Arizona, serendipitously, I got a phone call. We were on a hike, and I come back to a missed voicemail, and it was from one of these deals that we finally got closed, like after the shutdown. It got closed in Durham. And this lady called me because this guy that I closed that deal with, who was frustrated obviously because he couldn't get his money for like 30 days because of the county being shut down. But we closed it with him. He was a really nice guy. And I got this call from this lady, and I came back from the site to a voicemail, and she was like, hey, I got your number from this guy's name was Michael, and I've got a house that I need to sell in North, near Central in Durham, and he said you could help me out. And at this point, I was completely on a break. I literally actually asked my cold callers to just go on pause. I was like, sorry, I'm just taking a break from business. And I get this voicemail. And so we drive back to the Airbnb, and I give her a call, and she's asking like a ridiculous price. Like, you had those deals where the seller is just like, are you seriously about to sell me this house for this price? Like, why are you doing this? And I even asked her, like, why are you doing this? And she was like, I got these Medicaid bills. Like my mother, passed this house to me, and I've got to pay all this Medicaid, all this stuff. And she was like, I just need this price. And I was just like, at that moment, I was just like, what in the heck? Like, and we contracted the deal. And I remember sharing that with you. We played pool one night, you and I and Derek, and I remember sharing that with you. The profit that I made on that deal was insane. And at that point, that was my biggest deal ever. And so I just share that story because I feel like I've just been so lucky over the years. Like to go into wholesaling, and my high school basketball coach walks me through my first three deals. Like, what are the odds of that? And then, I get lucky with this acquisition manager from Matt Larson, where, you and I have had challenges hiring from him in the future. But I got lucky this first time. I got a rock star acquisition manager, and just like so many things like that over time. So I think you're definitely rewarded by God or the universe by putting in hard work. I think you get more lucky, the more that you actually work and show someone that you're working consistently towards your goals. But I just do feel so lucky with my journey. Like a story like that just feels like a huge deal. I'll just share it. We made like 66 or $67,000 on one deal on that deal, and
Wow.
that was just from, like I said, I'm in Arizona, which is a coincidence because I live there now. And I get this voicemail, and I just call her, and we contract the deal. And it was just insane. I remember I gave her like $5,000 after closing. I gave Michael like $5,000 because I was so grateful for those people. But I just feel so lucky. Like I have so many stories like that I can share. But yeah, that would be my answer.
Ha, I thought you'd say the opposite because you worked so hard, but that's cool to hear. That's a cool story, and interesting to hear that that's your take. And it's like you said, you did acknowledge that, like, a lot of people say the harder you work, the luckier you get, right? And I think that's
Yeah, I
also
would agree
true.
with that for sure. Yeah.
You put in the